What's going on, guys? Welcome back to What Cheers. I'm Nick. As always, tonight is an extremely special review for me. Personally, I just can't wait to talk about this beer right here. This is the Vagabond, and this was filled yesterday at Treehouse at the time of recording, and it's a very special collaboration. It's between Treehouse Brewing Company and Mike Saboe. For those of you who don't know, Mike Saboe was the brewmaster of Toppling Goliath as of about a month ago. And Mike and I have become friends over the past year, actually, and feel very fortunate to know him. Recently, he came out to New England for a vacation, and I got to spend a week with him here in Rhode Island, and one of the days that he was here, I was lucky enough to be invited to go to a brew day at Treehouse with him and his best friend Derek, and this was the beer that they brewed that day. Now, I have no claim to taking any part in actually brewing this beer, apart from actually being there on the brew day. Felt very fortunate to sort of just be a fly on the wall and get to watch these guys work their magic. This beer was mainly put together by Brendan, who is the assistant brewmaster at Treehouse, and of course Mike. About a year ago, Mike first came out to Treehouse and brewed a beer called David, which some of you may remember, which was the absolutely phenomenal beer that he brewed with Nate. It was also a double IPA. I believe it came around 8%, and that one was Citra, Simcoe, and Mosaic. And that's when I first met Mike, and him and I became friends. The very next day was EBF, and my parents and I got to talk to him then and try his beers then, which was just phenomenal. And so him and I kept in touch throughout the months, and then of course the car crash happened with my family, and him and I became a little closer, and then he when he came out to the Northeast, he stayed with me for a week, and so I was lucky enough to go and sit in on the brew day and just sort of hang out and learn a lot of things. I felt very, very fortunate. So very cool for me to open the beer that I was there for. And this one is, again, just like the David, a double IPA. This one comes in at 7.9%. And this one is hopped exclusively with Nelson Sauvin and Mosaic. And I also believe that this beer was brewed with a can of Warrior extract, hop extract. So it's going to be a very, very wonderful treat, I have no doubt. This was just filled last night at the time I'm recording this. And it was the busiest day that I've ever seen at Treehouse. There was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, and the wait was between 3 and 4 hours. It was the craziest I've ever seen since our time going there, which is almost since the beginning. So we waited 3 hours, but we did get it, which is very important to me. And we're going to get into it, guys. Like I said, this is the Vagabond. Fantastic name. Mike Saboe, wonderful guy. Very, very talented guy. One of the most talented young brewers going right now. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's all I have to say about this beer. Let's get it cracked open, and can't wait to share this with you. All right, guys, there's the Vagabond poured out. Beautiful beer. Look at that head. That is just gorgeous. Solid 2-finger. Nice, big, fluffy head. Slightly off-white. Big bubbles, medium bubbles, small bubbles. There's a lot of different stuff going on there, actually. Beautiful beer. Yeah, look at that head. Wow. Beer comes in a sort of a lighter honey golden color to it, and it is actually somewhat clear. I mean, it's got a slight haze to it, but you can definitely see the carbonation, but it's got a slight haze to it. Just a really inviting, very light to medium colored honey colored double IPA, but just beautiful stuff, guys. Let's get an aroma on the Vagabond, and again, this has been left out for about a half hour, so it's probably perfect serving temperature at this point. Wow, that head is just like a fluffy cloud or something. It looks like a marshmallow. It's crazy. Oh wow, man, this beer is just loaded with citrus, bright citrus notes. I'm getting like fresh lemon, fresh orange peel, grapefruit, peel. Wow, it's got some strawberry notes, some kiwi, like kiwi, strawberry. Interesting stuff. It smells really different. Heavy on the Nelson. Wow, just really nice stuff. Juicy, very juicy, but in a more citrusy way, less of a tropical, except for there's some kiwi notes in there. But there's really a lot of very bright, sweet, fresh, dripping kind of citrus notes to this. 8%, or 7.9%, I do not smell the alcohol. It just smells extremely juicy, but it smells a lot different than your typical treehouse beer, which I automatically assume that's because of the Mike Saboe taking part in this beer. This smells really good. Let's get a sip, guys. Cheers. Oh, man. Wow. Whoa. I don't really want to talk right now. I think I'm going to take another sip for this one, guys. Holy crap. You want to talk about a hop bomb? This beer is a freaking hop bomb. It is saturated, soaking, like it is so in your face hop bomb and juicy and pungent that it's just like attacking your palate the whole way through the sip. At the same time, there's this super sweet, fresh squeezed citrus juice just coating your tongue. I mean, it's just imagine like the most aggressively hopped double IPA, but at the same time having this beautiful, juicy, kind of inviting, bright sweetness to it that really just balances it out quite nicely. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is definitely a Hopheads double IPA. Absolutely, this is about as hoppy as you can get. I mean, this is amazing. Right up front, you just notice this extreme level of juicy citrus notes, immediately followed up by this attack of really like saturated, like oily hops and resinous character and just intense pungent hops carrying through the whole palate. There's a nice sort of malt to this too, which I find it's kind of interesting. It's a sort of like honey malt kind of sweetness that you can feel throughout the sip there, and then it finishes with a slight bitterness. I can't tell if it's the bitterness or if it's just the hop attack that you're still tasting on your tongue, but either way, what you're left with in your mouth is just like a coating. I mean, a complete like oily coating of hops, hop stickiness, hop resin for a long time. Like I'm talking, I can still feel that, intense hop presence on my tongue. But man, what an insane beer right here. This is totally different than what I even could expect from this beer. I just didn't know what was going to happen, and it's different. It's really good. You don't taste the 8%. The carbonation is just great. I'd say it's medium carb, but maybe on the higher side of medium, because this beer just moves along. It's got a good kick of carbonation to it. Just the level of sweetness and level of bitterness and the way the hops attack your palate is just playing this sort of like back and forth volley, and it's just really, really great stuff. I mean, again, I can't express enough the sweetness and the hops. It's just that's what this beer is. It's showcasing the best of both worlds, really. What a great collaboration this is, guys. I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm going to sip on this for just a few more minutes. It's pretty much perfect temperature as it is, but I'll think about it and I'll come back to you guys with my final thoughts and score on the Vagabond. Alright guys, so I've been sipping on the Vagabond for quite a while now and just thinking about it, tasting it, really dissecting it, and it is one of the most complex double IPAs I've ever had by far. This is, just a beautiful collaboration. This beer is something special. The level of intensity for a double IPA, I haven't tasted or smelled one like this in a long, long time. This is a hophead's dream. If you like hop bombs, you are going to absolutely love this beer. But this is a beer that you really need to sit down, take your time with, and appreciate. We're drinking this right now almost room temp. This is like cellar temp right now, which is not that cold. And we finally feel like we are getting everything out of this beer. The Nelson Sauvin is coming out really heavy now. Just get that beautiful dry white wine, white grape kind of characteristic. Getting that orange zest, kiwi, some grapefruit, a little bit of pineapple, and just hops for days. I mean, this thing is resinous and dank in its own way, but it is just a absolutely glorious hop-filled beer. Yeah, you gotta take small sips of this beer, guys, and you gotta savor it, because the longer you leave it in your mouth, it's just the flavors just sort of evolve. After you swallow, we've been sitting here for minutes not taking a sip, and you can still taste and feel the hops on your tongue. When you breathe in, you're almost getting a hop burn. Like, it is so intense that you don't realize that it could even be balanced out until you take a sip. But the malt, the sweetness, the juiciness is just there, and it makes it absolutely perfect. Just a beautiful balance for a beer this hoppy. I've never had one this balanced. It's just crazy stuff. It's almost glowing, and the color of it is almost glowing from I don't know, just being so hoppy. Yeah, so guys, again, congratulations to Brendan. This is basically his second full commercial brew here, and of course, congratulations to Mike for another absolutely fantastic beer. And yeah, I can't say enough good things about this, guys. The mouthfeel on this, the creaminess of the mouthfeel, it's almost velvety. I mean, it just is insane stuff. So I know I'm talking a lot about how hoppy this is, and hop heads, dreamy, everything like that, but I also need to really focus on the flavors for you guys. And as this beer has warmed up, I've already discussed the aroma, but on the flavor, it's really just this wonderful kind of combination of kiwi, strawberry, and orange with some grapefruit peel in there, grapefruit rind. And the bitterness is, again, very, very restrained. As for how hoppy this is, it's kept in check pretty well. But the flavor on this is really this just great citrus blend, and a little bit of tropical fruit. And also the malts play such a nice part in this. It's just that little bit of malty sweetness that carries through the taste, and it really works because of how hoppy this beer is. It sort of balances it out, and I just think what a fantastic collaboration this beer is. Okay guys, so as far as the score goes, this beer is 1 day old at the time we're reviewing this, so what do I say about Vagabond? Well, since there's no real scores to go on, kind of in the dark here, this beer is, if not perfect, It's as close to perfect as you're going to get. This beer is completely different than your traditional treehouse beer, and it's completely different from a lot of the hoppy beers that you've had from Mike Saboe. It really is a beer that is a true collaboration. It showcases the best of both worlds, and I'm just thrilled that I got to see them make this beer and to try this now and to see the culmination of all their hard work. And I really feel it showcases the best of what these guys do best, and that's making amazing craft beer for us to enjoy as the beer geeks and consumers. And if you were patient enough to wait for this or trade for it, I'd say it was absolutely worth your time, and you should be thrilled, and hopefully you're enjoying it as much as I am. But if I had to put a number on it, I would say this beer is a 99. It's an absolute A+ in my book, and like I said, I just haven't experienced quite a double IPA hop bomb like this, with such a great characteristic of intense hops, great malt, and a beautiful citrus / tropical fruit sweetness throughout. And it leaves you tasting the beer long after you've taken your sip. So you really need to take your time with this and enjoy it, because it's definitely a treat. So I hope you guys enjoyed my review of the Vagabond. Give it a 99. It's an A+ beer. Get it if you can. Drink it fresh. I might hang on to another growler and drink it in another week from now to see how it changes. But this is a hophead's dream right here. So again, great experience for me to be somewhat involved in this, and thanks for watching. Remember to comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in another beer review, guys. Cheers.